But what a final it's going to be with the Olympic champion. There you go, heading up the table. Aliya Mustafina from Russia, Daria Spiridonova, Ashton Locklear from the USA, Becky Downie, Harrold for Great Britain. First time we'll see a German tonight is Lisa Hill, and from China, Huang Huidan and Yao Jinnan. Mustafina, bitterly disappointed with the all-round performance, was in medal contention up to the last piece of apparatus. These young ladies, the Chinese, are rather special on the uneven bars.
They are. They in the team qualification, I think they posted the top 3 scores. So we will see whether they can reproduce it. Their trouble usually is under the pressure of a final. That's when the mistakes creep in. But Yao Jinnan has been impressive this championships. She's performed each time when she's needed to. Looks like we've got a full group now. Just waiting for all the gymnasts to get in line.
And the first time we'll see Ashton Locklear from the USA, 16 years of age. She's the American uneven bars champion. She's the Pan Am Games bars champion. We have the European champion out there, the Olympic and the world champion. So this bar final will be something rather special.
Yes, it will indeed. Most of the finals here. This World Championships, of course, is the first step in the road to qualification for Rio. So anybody who's anybody is here.
They are indeed, especially with the team event. The top 24 teams will go through to compete in Glasgow next year in 2015.
In 2015 you have to qualify for the Olympic Games, and you need to be in the top 8 to qualify then, but if you're not in the 24 this time round, you can't even be in with a shout.
Ladies and gentlemen, the gymnast on women's uneven bars final. From Russia Federation, Aliya Mustafina.
So Aliya Mustafina, Olympic champion on bars.
From Russia Federation, Daria Spiridonova.
Daria Spiridonova from Russia as well.
From United States of America, Ashton Locklear.
The only American gymnast in this final. It was the one piece they didn't dominate.
From Great Britain, Downie.
European champion, Commonwealth champion on the bars. She's had a good year so far.
From Great Britain, Harrold.
Ruby Harrold, finalist last year, and did tremendously to come 11th last night in the all-around competition. Lisa Caterine Hill from Germany.
From
Huang Huidan, she's the current world champion. She's defending her title here today.
Yao Jinnan. From China.
And Yao Jinnan has been very secure on the bars each time we've seen her.
So the ladies leave the podium. There's the lady who qualified in first place from China, Yao Jinnan, with a massive 15.666. She will leave the arena. A few of the other gymnasts. Huang Huidan is the second top scorer. So China really are dominating this final. All gymnasts start from scratch. Just see how they can handle the pressure this evening.
So tough ask really for Aliya Mustafina. The last thing she did in this arena yesterday was a disappointing floor routine to push her out of the medals in the all-around competition. Needs to pick herself up and make sure that this piece works for her.
So First up on bars from Russia, Aliya Mustafina.
She relies heavily on the pirouetting skills, and each turn needs to finish in handstand. This is usually beautiful. Look, finishes exactly in handstand, so she can go easily to the next move, which is a flight with half turn to the high bar. Very well controlled half turn into a fabulous piked front somersault to recatch. Here we see another pirouette and another very good pirouette. Straight into a pack salto, stalled a half. Now if she makes an error, this is sometimes where it is. Toe on, full pirouette, but that is much cleaner. Straight into the full twisting double back. That is by a long way the best routine I have seen Mustafina do the whole of this championships. Every pirouette was absolutely nailed. And that's probably the nearest thing to a smile I've seen from her all championships as well. And we're welcoming Beth Tweddle to come and join us in the commentary box here. What did you think of that, Beth?
That was classy. I mean, Mustafina is such a stylish gymnast watch. Legs are locked together in those turns, and that's what the judges are looking for, the handstand straight up to the top bar. Yet again, you just see no room for error from her. And that, you see the eyes are constantly looking for that bar so that she can once again grab it. Coach just steps in for the Jaeger somersault just to, as a precaution, but not needed today. Such clean lines, straight back up to that high bar. She'll be pleased with this performance. The toe on into the full turn. Yet again, the clean line into the handstand, straight into the dismount, and that's what's building up her difficulty.
So her execution score should be high. Perhaps the Stolder half turn on the low bar, not absolutely banging handstand. And I always think there's a little hint of bent knees on the downswing for the dismount, but not much.
And the score comes in there. 15.1 for Aliya Mustafina. Leads the way.
It's the score that's got to be beaten. 15-1 is a big score. But there have been 3 or 4 gymnasts in this final, well, 3 or 4 gymnasts in this final qualified with over 15.
There has indeed. And her teammate onto the bars next. From Russia, Daria Spiridonova.
Very smooth start, stoop in and out, and the same with pirouette, the same good control, and down to the low bar. It's those 2 difficult elements linked together. There's the third. She took an extra swing between them though, so she won't get quite such a big start score. Very confident on the pike front somersault. Half turn, oh, a little bit leaning. Up, good, very, very high dismount. Not quite so difficult because she didn't absolutely pack everything together. She took a couple of upstarts and swings between, which I'm sure were planned, but that's what marks the difference between the 2 routines.
She'll be pleased with that routine. I mean, you always want to go into a final. Mustafina set the way by going clean, and then she's gone up and done the same. The smile at the end says it all. The stoop straight up to the top bar, nice clean lines, straight with the pack somersault. That's where the 2 combinations will build up your difficulty, like Christine was saying. You can see those eyes looking at that bar, nice catch with the straight arms. Such clean lines that she's produced. Just a slight leg bend, and then the landing, the smallest of little hops.
She probably has got a slight look of Corkina about her, actually. Long and slight.
And you can see Corkina's here in the audience, keeping an eye on them.
That's right, they flashed to her, it made me think that.
Yeah, I mean, I think she has a job role within the Russian Federation,
Oh, right.
so she keeps an eye on how the Russian gymnasts are doing.
And it's good enough. Daria Spiridonova scores 15.283. We have a new leader on the bars.
This is going to be an extremely tight competition. This gymnast, her first World Championships, just performed bars here.
Yeah, she's the American champion. So from the USA, Ashton Locklear to the uneven bars.
Stoop, full, not quite in the handstand. He was saying that was 2 difficult moves, a third and a fourth. So 5 difficult elements all locked together without an extra upstart or a handstand. She's up on the top bar now, stoop in and out. The Jaeger somersault, the front somersault to recatch. Stays on the top bar, swings up, full twisting double back. Very similar routines actually. This is, they're building the difficulty now. The judges are going to have to look carefully, decide whether there were any noticeable errors in that.
Ashton's actually come out here for the USA just to compete on bars, so it was a lot of pressure for her to make this final, so she'll be pleased with this routine knowing that she's produced. There's the full turn straight into the shap, straight back down to the low bar, and yet again straight back up to the high bar, and straight back down to the low bar. So many elements all linking together. The shorter the routine, the better. Less deductions for the judges. The Mo somersault up to the top bar. Slight bent arms when she's catching. The stoop, which is such a popular element with all these gymnasts. Really high catch on that Jaeger somersault, and then just the back in full dismount with the small little step.
It's the small little step that could make the difference though.
All these gymnasts are so close to each other.
And the score's in, 15.266 for Ashton Locklear. Moves into second position so far.
So Spiridonova, the youngster out there, 15.283 to beat.
Next on even bars from Great Britain, Downie.
For Great Britain, on the uneven bars, Rebecca Downie.
Nice clean stop, the hop into the reverse grip. Stole the shot, straight into the connection of a short curve catcher. Lovely height and amplitude on these releasing catches. The toe with the full turn, straight into the stoled plate catcher. Rebecca really is going for broke here. Stoled a straddle catcher straight down to the low bar. Just got the last part to do. The shot, short clear with the half turn, slightly short on that turn. Just got the dismount to finish. And there's the clean landing that we want.
Wow, what a fantastic dismount. She sometimes pings that, but she lifted it well. Really exciting, a bit of a different routine to some of the other gymnasts. You're right though, Beth, she was just a tiny bit short on the clear circle half turn at the end.
Good.
There with her coach Claire Starkey, Becky from Nottingham Gym Club. Claire's coached her from very little girl. She's been one of the gymnasts who's won most of the age group championships. Look at this, so original that, uprise into the short clear catcher. Really very unusual that, very difficult skill. The uprise straight into that, and she's so clean and tidy, joins the feet at the back. And this is the straddle catcher from Stolder, immediate pack. She can control this swing so well, and actually she put an extra giant in, and the dismount was much higher.
She's had a fantastic year, European champion, Commonwealth champion, and she'll just want to finish this in the medals, but we'll just have to wait and see that every gymnast is so close in this final.
We will indeed. It's a very, very tough final, but she'll be very pleased. Third at the moment, 15.166.
So there's the standing so far. Spiridonova leads. Locklear from the USA second. Downie from Great Britain in third. And Mustafina will be disappointed in fourth place. 4 down, 4 to go. The next British gymnast on the uneven bars, Ruby Harrold.
This is her second world bar final, so she knows what she needs to do. Most of the gymnasts are opting for the simple upstart handstands start. There's the shap into the original full twisting pack, just slightly off centre when she catches. Shap half into this original skill, Schlerden into the full turn, and just came the wrong way. She's been looking so consistent in training.
It's one of those cases, though, when you're in a final of this quality, there's no point in holding back and taking the extra upstart. You've got to go for broke.
Yeah, and she carries the routine on. Here's the toe half into the Jaeger somersault, cleanly caught, the hop into the double front dismount, and a nailed landing. The one good thing is she got back up and proved what she can do.
Oh, absolutely. This is Ruby's 4th bar routine out here, and in the all-around, the team competitions, she's performed absolutely fantastically. But she knew that at this level, world final, you've got to go for broke. She wasn't quite settled, and she might often have taken another upstart handstand before the full pirouette. Knew she had to go for the combination. You get extra marks if you combine it straight away, but this is interesting, isn't it? Full turn, pack. I like this routine because it's got a lot of originality in it. The first couple of 3 routines we saw were very similar.
The British girls are known for putting originality into the routine and making the judges say, wow, what's going to come next? And Ruby is a definite example. She's got 2 combinations there that not many other gymnasts would try.
Well, that fall will be reflected in the score.
Yes, 1 whole mark off. So the execution score carries that mark. So whereas she might have hoped for an 8, it'll be a 7. There it is, 7.56.
13.666 for Ruby Harrold in 5th place at the moment.
Next on the bars from Germany,
Caterine Hill.
And this routine in qualification, she just hit absolutely everything. That's a wider with half turn. And there's immediately into the flight to the high bar, down to the low bar. That's the full turning pack. And beautiful full pirouette. Back up with flight to the high bar and the turn. Well done with the clear, immediate clear full into Ginger. She's packing all the difficulty in, and that's where the bonuses arrive. Whoa, but that was a little bit laboured and a bit offline. Changes the swing, up high, full twisting, double back. It was a very full routine.
Once she got on that bar, she was not going to stop. There was a few parts of that routine where she really had to fight to hold it together. But that's what these elite gymnasts are used to. In training, they'll just keep fighting from beginning to end, because sometimes in competition it's not perfect. And here's the Stolder straight up to the top bar, straight back down to the low bar, similar to Ruby with the full twisting pack. Just slight bend to the elbows, and this is where she's having to fight. You can see her hands really gripping onto that bar, straight into the short clear with the full pirouette.
It's a very hard combination, that, Beth, isn't it?
Yeah,
with
to link turning elements, you've got to be directly on top of that bar to be able to get back in to do the next element. Nice high Ginger, and she has plenty of time to see that bar and catch it. And then the wind up for the dismount, slight bent legs, and then the full twisting double back, which is such the common dismount for gymnasts to do. She'll be very pleased with that, though. She came 6th at the European Championships in 2012 and was part of the final in World University, so she knows what it's like to be in a final, but the world stage is a completely different one.
It sure is. She'll wait with the coach for the score to come in. She scored 15-1 in qualification with a 6.5, so it's a difficult routine. Like we just said, there were a few little errors, and the judges will have picked those up. nothing major, but just the odd tens here and there.
It was just quite busy, the clear half into clear full. In qualification, she hit both of those absolutely, and it looked leisurely. That looked just a little bit more of a rush in the middle there. But Spiridonova in first place at the moment still. We'll see whether there'll be an upset here.
Looks like she's analysing every little bit with her coach.
14, 3, 3, 3. They hammered her. So into fifth. The Chinese gymnasts have walked into the arena. That's the current leader, which was what the cheering was about.
Never mind that. Mustafina's smiling. Glad we've caught that on TV. Not often you see that. Anyhow, this is what everybody's come to see. Can China get their first gold medal of these championships? They'll have 2 attempts. First up, on the uneven bars. For China, Huang Huidan.
You can just see the pressure on her face. And swing with such fluency and ease. Scoop in and out with full turn. Stolderschat up to the high bar. Back down, immediate again with the half turn. Just a little bit of leg form loss on the half turn there. Stoop half. Now this is the difference. She puts one pirouette and another pirouette before the massive Jaeger somersault, and so that's her third difficult element in a row. Into a turn. Into the dismount, half in, double back out. Not much wrong with that routine, and that's where she builds the difficulty. All those difficult elements linked together.
That routine was absolutely insane, and definitely for me is the highlight of this bar final so far. One thing about the Chinese that you may not notice is they do not wear handguards. Every other gymnast in this final has worn the handguards. It is entirely a gymnast preference, but China as a country don't tend to, and you can see now that she's just preparing the bar for her teammate that's going to be going up next. There's the Stolderschat straight up to the high bar. Coach just steps in, but definitely not needed. Straight back down to the low bar, and once again using that combination to get up to that high bar. No leg form loss. You can see straight lines, legs locked together, the full turn, and go straight into the handstand position.
And really, the fact she's not in handguards do give them just a little bit more feel on the bars for this sort of inverted swing. We don't see it from so many countries, but the Chinese are famous for it, aren't they, Beth?
They are. The Chinese in this competition are the only ones actually using that grip. And then that dismount, the double front with the half turn, or the half in the double somersault, is a very interesting dismount. Not many gymnasts use it, but she's got it down to a T, and that landing is the dream, especially for a bar final.
Well, she's the current world champion on even bars, scored 15.333 in qualification, and scores a massive 15.566. Huang Huidan goes into the lead.
Look at that start score, 6.8. So Huang Huidan in the lead, Daria Spiridonova, Russia second, and Ashton Locklear third, fourth, just outside the medals at the moment, Rebecca Downie, but we've got the highest qualifying gymnast still to come.
And our first Chinese gymnast, that will be guaranteed a gold medal, because there's only one Chinese gymnast remaining. Yao Jinnan, only 19 years of age, qualified in first place with a massive 15.666. So, final competitor from China on the uneven bars, Yao Jinnan.
Now this is such a clever routine. It's quite short, but every move counts. Here's the first one. Stoop into shat, down to pat. Stolder, shat half. So we've had the moves all linked. She was a bit short on that handstand, but here we go with the turns. One turn, two turns, This one's a 1.5, which makes it worth even more. And then up into a big, high Kachev. All she's got left now is the dismount. You only need 8 moves, and she's got them there. Lovely double straight, not a flicker on landing. And, well, the coach is absolutely thrilled. She's done this every time. She's performed so well. Last night in the all-around competition, she did that bar routine just the same.
The Chinese will be very pleased with their gymnasts. They've had a mixture throughout this competition with quite a few errors actually coming up on bars. So you can see the relief on the coaches and the gymnasts' faces that they've got 2 in the final, and it's looking like it's going to be a 1-2 on the rostrum.
I would think so. We'll have to wait and see which way it goes.
Isn't that nice to see the emotion there, almost in tears with that performance? You are dead right, ladies. They have had a bit of a mixed World Championships. They are absolute world leaders on the bars, and that really sets them apart.
Yes, it is what sets them apart. Unfortunately, they're really struggling, particularly on the floor, but I think there'll have been a lot of hope and expectation for these gymnasts to manage to perform in front of the home crowd like that. This is the piece they knew they could medal on.
And this is the one piece that they could pick up the title on as well, and you could see the pressure on the girls' faces prior to the competition.
And the score comes in, it's good enough, 15.633. Yao Jinnan is the 2014 world champion on the uneven bars. China take 1 and 2, Russia take bronze.
And it's very competitive amongst the other gymnasts. I've seen this before. Huang Huidan second, and tears of disappointment that she's second. We've seen that in the Olympics on beam. It's very competitive amongst the Chinese team for the titles. But how about Spiridonova beat Mustafina? That's a bit of a surprise, isn't it, Beth?
I think she's very pleased with that result. The smiles were there the whole way through, and obviously Mustafina will be disappointed, especially after coming 4th last night on the all-around, having that fall. But yeah, do you know what? Russia, it's nice to see them that they've got that 3rd place, and especially pleased that China are taking that 1-2 spot.
Absolutely.
Interesting that Spiridonova is only 16 years of age, beating Mustafina, the Olympic champion.
That's right, and Becky Downie, great routine in at 5th position, ahead of Mustafina.
You can see the intricate handwork. They've constantly got the hands on the bar. They can feel it because they haven't got the hand guards, but personally there was not a chance I was swinging around that bar without hand guards. Such high releasing catches, and there she is, waving to the crowd, taking the applause while she can.
Well, she certainly had to work for that routine. Last up, all the pressure, needed a big score, and to be honest, that's good for the Chinese gymnasts, because we have seen them buckle a little bit under pressure. But there you go, there's the results. Yao Jinnan, 1st place. Huang Huidan with the silver. Daria Spiridonova with the 3rd. Locklear, USA, 4th. Downie from Great Britain in 5th. Mustafina way down, the Olympic champion, in 6th place. Hill from Germany in 7th. And Ruby Harrold from Great Britain in 8th.
Huidan is 18, Yao Jinnan 19.
World Artistic Gymnastics Championships award ceremony for women's uneven bars.
Spiridonova and Locklear from Russia and USA, the youngest competitors in the final, just 16 years of age. And one thing, I guess, about the World Championships mid-cycle is you get to see the nations putting gymnasts forward who will they be hoping maybe to showcase to the world and just see what they're like under pressure and with enough time to make changes before the Olympics.
Absolutely, these gymnasts will be looking to star in the Olympics in 2 years' time.
Third place and winner of the bronze medal representing Russian Federation, Daria Spiridonova.
Daria Spiridonova for Russia takes the third place. Confident performance.
Second place and winner of the silver medal representing People's Republic of China.
银牌获得者，中国运动员黄慧丹。
Huang Huidan representing China, second place, silver medal. Didn't manage to defend the title she won in 2013 because her teammate was just a little bit better.
World champion representing People's Republic of China.
金牌获得者，中国运动员姚金楠。
So Yao Jinnan takes the title, World Champion 2014.
The gold medal is presented by member of the Executive Committee of the International Gymnastics Federation, Peter Vidmer.
She was the highest
Silver
qualifier
medal is presented by member of Women's Technical Committee of the International
from
Gymnastics
the
Federation,
first day of
Shi
competition.
Harinashi.
Of course, that was a long time ago
Bronze
now
medal
when
is
the
presented
gymnasts
by
qualified.
Vice Director of
And the
Gymnastics
gymnasts taking part tomorrow, there'll be one or two gymnasts taking part who
为金
qualified
牌
over a
运动
week
员颁奖的
ago.
嘉宾是国际体联执委会
Long
委员
championships.
彼得·维德玛。
These gymnasts have
为
shown
银牌运动
remarkable
员颁奖的
resilience.
嘉宾是国际体操联合会女子体操技术委员会委员张西方之。为铜牌运动员颁奖的嘉宾是第45届世界体操锦标赛组委会副主任、国家体育总局体操运动管理中心副主任、中国体操协会副主席兼秘书长黄玉斌先生。
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of People's Republic of China.
女士们、先生们，请起立，奏中华人民共和国国歌。
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well,
even our final.
the first gold medal that China have been able to celebrate in this championships. And if gold and silver. This really is their apparatus, the uneven bars. It's where they set themselves apart.
Yes, you can hear the roar. The home fans.
We always think that the Chinese gymnasts are so
观众朋
tiny,
友们
but， Daria
女子高低杠颁
Spiridonova
奖仪式到
Russia
此
is
结束。
similar
接
size
下来我
actually.
们将进行的是男子吊环的颁奖仪式。